Oi, fala aí pessoal, bom dia. Você está escutando o Inglês no Rádio. I am your host, Foster Hodge. This is your daily dose of English. Laura, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your blog and your work. So you have the blog, which is your name.com, and you write a lot about like beauty and fashion, but you also just write a lot about your experiences in New York, things to do, some of your personal reflections, which are really cool. But you have a lot of interaction with Brazilians that want to go to New York. So I'm just curious if there are some things that you would, well, first, if you could just talk a little bit about what you do on the blog, and then if there are things you've learned through interacting with Brazilians that are looking to travel to New York, and maybe some like pieces of advice or recommendations that you would give them. I know that was like 4 questions in one question, but
Okay, if I forget something, you let me know.
oh, I will. Don't worry.
So I started my blog in Brazil 10 years ago, actually.
Oh, really? Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, 10, no, I'm sorry, 8 years ago.
See that? I just want to say really quick that I have so many students and friends that are like, oh, I just want to start a blog and then I'll be famous and then I'll make $1 million on Instagram. And everyone that I've talked to that really makes money online or has a good project online, it's like a 10-year process.
Yes.
Yeah.
So almost 10 years, and I start a blog, a fashion and beauty blog when I was living in Brazil, and I never thought that I'll be living in New York.
Yeah. So at this point, was it more just a hobby?
Yeah, it was a hobby that bring me a lot of good things.
Mm-hmm.
So when I moved to New York, thinking, okay, now I'm gonna start to write some articles about New York City since I'm living in the city. And I had a YouTube channel, so I thought to myself, I'm gonna start to do some videos about New York City because nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. So I'm gonna start to do it, and I'm gonna be really famous and everything. But yeah, when you start to do something, you really fast you're gonna discover a lot of people that do the same.
Yeah, of course.
But I started to do it, some videos, and I started to write some articles about the city. And then I started to receive some messages from the people that found my videos on my blog, and they were like asking some questions or saying that, oh, I like that you did that video. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, maybe
I'm
there's
here in New
more
York.
here.
Yeah, I'm here in New York for 4 months, and now I'm receiving this message. Okay. And then I keep doing, and
I kept doing in the past.
I kept doing, and it sounds wrong, but
Kept doing?
okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's correct.
Because you always listen like kids, but I kept doing, and I don't remember like when I realized that, oh my God, this is gonna be huge, But I remember that 1 year after, no, 1 year, yes, I think it was 1 year. Was January 2015. I decided that New York had more things to offer in terms of content. I could explore this content because the beauty and fashion field in Brazil for bloggers is like there are a lot of bloggers, so it would be better if I try something new.
Yeah.
So I started to write about New York, and I love beauty, so I kept writing about beauty as well, but like beauty in New York. So,
that can be a lot of different things. Yeah.
Yes, where to shop, where are the best stores to buy cosmetics and everything. But so I started to explore this New York thing. So, a restaurant, things to do, place to shop. Especially when I start a Facebook group
Your Facebook group is huge, by the way. It's
Yes,
like 15,000 people at least.
17,000.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I started this group, I had relationship closer relationship.
Yeah. I had a closer relationship.
I
So
had
you're
a
saying closer with the Z, but it's close, close,
clo-
like the S sound. Closer.
yeah,
Yeah.
with my readers, and I started to understand the questions that they had before travel. So
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of inspiration from the doubts that they have.
Yeah. And what are some of the most, not the most common questions, but what are some questions that you receive a lot?
How's the weather?
How's the weather?
It's gonna snow.
Just go to weather.com. People don't email
Yeah,
Laura. The
yeah.
weather is available for free anywhere.
But I think that it's my philosophy. I don't like to give the ready answer. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
can say that. Yeah.
I don't like to give that. I like
Mm-hmm.
to. I wanted to live. I really believe that we can do a difference,
We can make a difference.
can make a difference. So I really believe in. I believe in teaching
Yeah.
than giving the answer. So that's why I don't like to answer how is the weather. I like to say, look, this is an app that I use to check the weather, and I suggest you that you check every day next to your trip. Check the how can you say the real feel,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The feels like
Yeah. And it like
feels
the,
like temperature.
yeah. So maybe, for example, it's like 40 degrees in New York, but it feels like, negative 20. So that's important.
Yes. So I really want to be like honest here because sometimes when you choose to act like that, people think that you are mean or people think that you are angry or that you are impatient. Can I say that?
Yeah. Perfect.
But it's not that. Imagine if everybody that asks me how is the weather and I keep answering that.
It's 72 degrees and sunny in New York
So
today.
I have to open my app and say now it's 20 degrees and tomorrow is gonna be like that and feels like that. It's I would like that people put themselves in my feet,
In my
like
shoes.
my shoes, in my shoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like to to oh my God, I like to teach.
Yeah, yeah. No, I totally
Uh,
understand what you mean.
People say, "Oh, can you help me? I need to organize my travel itinerary." No, look, you have to research and then you see what is interesting for you because for example, I don't like museums.
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter if you tell me, "Oh, Laura, you have to go to the Metropolitan Museum of Arts." And I'm
yeah,
going to
the
say,
MoMA.
"No. No, because I don't like museums." So I really believe that we have to help people to do the things for themselves, not like giving the answer. I think one thing is you ask me like, oh, what do you think about going to the Empire State Observatory? And another thing is, where is the address of the Empire State Observatory? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know you
You,
receive questions like that.
yes, if you ask my opinion, I'm more than help. Um, if you ask my opinion, I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah,
But if you ask me something that you can find by yourself, I'm gonna help you to find by yourself. And I
yeah,
would really, really, really I would love that people understand that and
yeah.
stop judging me because of this. I'm like confessing right now. But
Therapy session.
it, yes, but so that's what I'm trying to do.
I totally know what you mean, and I don't think it's
You know what
impatient
I mean, right?
or
Yeah.
rude or anything because I
Yeah.
receive so many questions, for example, with English, that people just email me and say, "How do I learn English?" Or like, "What's the best way to learn English?" or something like that. And I try to, really use the same philosophy of like teaching people to learn themselves. Like, well, first, maybe you should think about why you want to learn English because I can give you an answer of exactly how I think you should, but that doesn't help, you know? So I'm trying to give people a little bit of initiative to learn how to ask
Yes,
better questions, maybe.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think internet is amazing. It's really, really amazing. But
It
you
makes us
have all the
lazy.
you have all the tools today. It's so easy today to plan a trip, learning English. I mean, when I was learning English, everything that I had was a dictionary and my favorite songs. I was like crossing my fingers that the magazine that was I had a magazine subscription every 15 days. I
Hmm.
used to receive the magazine, and the last page was a song with the
With the
translation
translation. Yeah.
with the translation. Yeah. So I was like crossing my fingers to receive a song that I like it.
That seems like such a long time ago.
Yeah, I could read or then I bought my CDs and I got the brochure. I can say that, right? For the
Perfect.
yeah. So I got the brochure with the songs and I got my dictionary and I start to translate it word for word,
Wow.
and I have my English classes at school and I study in a public school. So I didn't have internet until I moved to another city to start college, until my 18 years,
Until I was 18.
until I you cut that, please. So
I'll cut it.
until I was 18 and I moved to another city
Hmm.
because before that was the internet like that you use with the phone line.
Yeah, the landline.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, like dial-up internet is super
yes,
slow.
yes.
Yeah,
So and today you have so many options to learn English.
yeah. You have everything literally in your pocket.
Yes, everything for free, a lot of things for free. If you have a small budget, you definitely are gonna find something for your budget. If you have more money, you can study abroad maybe, but
Hmm.
you
Abroad.
have all
It's a very
abroad.
open sound. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have so many options today for
Yeah.
studying English, for planning a trip, everything,
Yeah.
everything. So you have to take advantage of this.
Yeah. I totally agree. There's really no excuses not to learn anything nowadays. You have all of the information, you have the resources. It's just a matter of execution.